Hi, so I'm going to be doing my presentation on the Cappadocian Four. So here's a picture of them. So who were they? The Cappadocian Four were a 4th century family that came from the region of Cappadocia, which is in modern-day Turkey, and it was consisted of 4 people. It was 2 brothers, their sister, and then one of their friends. So the 2 brothers were Basil the Great and Gregory of Nyssa, their older sister, Macrina the Younger. Their mom was Macrina the Elder, and then their friend, Gregory of Nazianzus. So first, Basil the Great, he gave up his law career to pursue a life that was fully devoted to God, and he developed a monastic community, and he was known for caring for the poor. He also eventually became the bishop of Caesarea. Next is Gregory of Nyssa. So he also he left his career behind to fully dedicate his life to God, which is just so awesome. He followed in his brother's footsteps, and he also eventually became the bishop of Nyssa. Then there is Macrina the Younger. She significantly formed her brother's thoughts because she led by example. She was actually engaged to be married, and her fiance passed away. And after that happened, she devoted her life to God and serving the church and serving her family. And she also turned their estate into a monastic community, their family estate, and she was known as a teacher, a theological teacher. Lastly, we have Gregory of Nazianzus. He joined the monastic community that they had built, and he was ordained as a bishop in multiple places. He was actually the bishop of Constantinople when the Council of Constantinople happened, so that's really interesting. And he went on to write theological orations. So with this information, you might be wondering, what is their relevance for us today? And ultimately, it's important to know that the Cappadocian Four encouraged the distinction among the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So when it came to the theology of the Trinity, and they also argued for the full divinity of the Holy Spirit when it was being debated. And so they were really important in this time of the early church of establishing the full divinity of every person of the Trinity. Obviously, God had already established it, but they encouraged it and reinforced it. So they played a huge role in this. And discussions about the Trinity are still happening today. So what the impact that these 4 had on the early church is probably more than we can even grasp. And so because of that, it still affects us today, and they're relevant to us today because they made changes that affect us as the church now and affect our view of God. So yeah. And my sources, all of this information about the Cappadocian Four and what they believed is from Know the Theologians by Jennifer and David McNutt. Yeah, thank you.